So as I was talking about the healthy measures that happen uh, in uh, uh, in a regular daily routine, I talk about four pillars of wellness. Number one pillar is nutrition. How dynamic, how vital our food is, that's very important. Okay, the more natural it is, the more homegrown or organically grown, the better it is. Okay, so there's so much on that too. And then activity is just to move the body or exercise vigorously, need the body and all that. And rest and sleep. See, we hardly slow down these days, and then we want to, we just don't allow people to rest and really do something about that. That is also there. So we were kind of telling people to wind down before you go to sleep in the night, wind down. And there are measures in yoga that make you much more relaxed before you go to sleep. And that's a very good thing too. The yoga nidra, the shavasana, which is calf pose and all that. And then focusing and developing this meditative mind is very important for the health too. Thereby, you will not have the secretion of a lot of stress hormones, and you feel better that way. Okay. Um, for those people who are interested in my wellness club that is run in the morning and in the evening, you can always go and join at my website, bapal.net/register. That's the place you go and join there if you want to. But otherwise, I'm coming here and talking about things. There, I kind of demonstrate on Zoom so that I can help them as they are doing the exercises. So the morning exercises are very integrated. We do the postures along with the deep breathing, and all the time asking people to be here and now, not to think of other things, but then focus on whatever you're doing. So if you do it right after you get up, it's much better to get that awareness, to get that present moment awareness. And then you can follow that like a perfume that can follow you as a perfume throughout the day. Okay, and at the end of the day, you come back, go to bed early, but before you go to bed, just try to calm yourself again, come to presence, and then review all that happened and put away all the negatives and sleep on positive thinking and all of that. By doing this, what happens is you will be more attentive to whatever you are doing, and thereby you can sleep much better at night time because you don't have a lot to deal with, because as you are seeing things and as you're doing things, you're done with them and you go to the next one. That's my style. When I see a patient, I will give complete attention to that patient, and after the patient is done, every plan is there. And when I go to the next patient, I will give complete attention. I may attend to the previous patient's results and all those things, but this habit of being in the moment all the time really helps, because the patients also appreciate, because I'm paying attention to what they are saying. So they feel like validated the moment we kind of repeat them what they are going through. We kind of acknowledge their pain. We kind of understand what the pain they're going through, and showing them the empathy. Once you are empathetic, once you are in communication, once you are going to be a friend, not somebody who is judging them, people really appreciate that, right? So the day goes very well, and you can listen better. When you are listening better, you are in the moment, and that way you do any work, just be with whatever you're doing. That adds up. That really helps people to really understand that you are really respectful of their time and respectful of their needs and all that, right? So that kind of thing is very, very good, I think. So this is what is taught in the morning, and this is a minor version of what we do in the wellness club I'm doing here. Why I'm doing 40 days is I want people to really understand the intricacies better, and also it's nothing like your experience. Okay, we can have talk, we can have discussion, we can have description, but your experience will be based on your own conditioning, unique conditioning, your upbringing, your schooling, your parents, your culture, your language. So many things are there, right? So each one has their own unique experiences, and those things will come up, especially if you want to empty your mind. All those old things will come up. When they come up, then you have to deal with it, and then let them go. Otherwise, they become memories. They bother you later on in your old age. So, understanding the thought construction, understanding how we get conditioned, understanding how we really pay price for that is really goes through not just 40 days, but it goes on for several months. Okay, so it's a slow and steady self study. And so when you are doing this exercise, I recommend you do it twice a day. And I recommend when you come here, when you do it with me, um, observe what's happening, and ask questions about it if you want to ask here, or if you want to come privately to my wellness club, or to me, reaching out somehow in the back channel. There are so many back channels now, wellness club, and then we have in the clubhouse, we have in the LinkedIn, we have in the Instagram. People send me back channels, so many ways, right? And you can go to my bio, and you will see my email or phone number and all that. So you can reach me in a many number of ways. I'll be happy to answer your questions. Okay, so as we're going to go into the exercise now, let me briefly explain to you how we are going to calm our mind, because breath and the mind are connected. So if you can take a deep breath and slow breath, automatically the mind that is running will slow down. Okay, that's the idea. So for that, you want to select a place which you can go to all the time, every day, as much as possible. Go to the same place, and create an ambience in the place by not having any noises, any stimuli like a device or television or anything, right? Phone and all that. Okay, keep them away. And if you have partners, if you have other people, maybe they can cooperate by keeping quiet, or they want to participate with you too. And then select a place. The time also, try to be the same time every day. That helps you a lot. Like I said, just after you get up, do this exercise, and also before you go to sleep, do the exercise. In between, you can do a 1 minute pause, 1 minute per every hour, I recommend. But otherwise, in the morning, in the evening is usually good enough, right? So what you do is you select the place, select the time, and then go and sit in a chair or on the floor, whichever is convenient for you. As a yogi, I recommend sitting on the floor. But if you are not used to it, don't punish yourself. Get into the habit slowly. When you sit in the chair, what is required is keep your feet both on the floor, with the toes, sole, and the heel, all of them come really clutching the floor, right? Both of them together evenly, right? And then keep your spine straight, erect. That's the required, right? And then once you are like that, then your neck also will be straight. Look straight in front of you, and close your eyes, and close your eyes and close your mouth, and take deep breaths through the nose. 7 count of inhalation, 4 count of holding it, and 8 count of breathing out. Okay, slow, deep breaths. And be aware of how your breath is initially, and do at least 5 deliberate breaths. As you take the deep breath, let the abdominal wall come up, and diaphragm goes down. And as you take the deep breath out, let the abdominal wall go towards the spine, and the diaphragm comes up, right? That's what you want to do for at least 5 to 8 breaths, and then we will vary a little bit of what you should do with your thoughts, what you should do with the impulses, what you should do with your body mind sensation, and being awareness sensation. Okay, those are the stages we will go through. First, just to start, simple breathing in, holding, and breathing out. Okay, let's start. Okay, 5 breaths, simple, right? And now, as you continue to do that, make sure you are feeling the sensation at the tip of the nose, the air coming in, going out. You can feel it. Thereby, you kind of tie your mind to the breath, right? To the sensation at the tip of the nose. And if any thoughts arise, just watch them as though they are the cloud in the sky, coming in, raising, and then subsiding. Okay. Don't identify with the thought or don't suppress it. Just observe it. Be the watcher, be the witness. Okay. And that is the way you want to be in the moment, not carried away by the thought to the future or the past. Okay, let's start. This time, 8 breaths. Feel the sensation of the air touching the tip of the nose and be with the breathing. Tie the mind to that. Okay. Okay. The final stage, when you say, I'm not just this body and mind, but there is that awareness behind my thoughts. That is what I am. Your thoughts are basically your mind, right? So you want to calm your mind. You want to focusly think of what you want to think, but not other things. You want to really identify who you are. That is that awareness behind our body mind complex. So when you take a deep breath, Ask the question, who am I? And at the end of the breath, taking in, say, I am this awareness. And when you breathe out, let go the sensation of body, mind, consciousness go out. So say, I'm not just this body and mind in your mind. Okay. So just remember, you are that awareness. Start.
Dr.
Yeah, we are doing the breathing exercise. Do with us. Yeah, I'm here. We are doing exercise. Okay.
What exercise you doing?
Breathing, deep breathing. Other people are there in other channels. Okay. Just.
No, I cannot sleep. I went to sleep about 2 hours ago.
Yeah. Ivy, other people are silently doing. Just do with me for now.
Just breathing.
Breathing. Okay. That is our exercise third part. Okay. Ivy is my friend. She joined in the middle. She didn't know the whole thing. But what happened, Ivy, we started around 7 o'clock. So first 10-15 minutes I was talking and introducing them this exercise of awareness in the morning, in the evening, how you can do. And then I took them 3 stages of these awareness and deep breathing practices. Okay. And now we can talk about it, and people can ask me questions or any difficulties they have. There are some people on the wisdom app, and there are people on the other channels too, but only the people in the clubhouse and people in the wisdom can talk to me, so if you want to come up and talk to me, that's fine. Otherwise I'll start with my friend Ivs. Hi Ivs, how are you?
Good. Who are you talking to? Are you talking to?
Yeah, there are people on the wisdom app, and also there are people on the restream. Several channels are there. So this is supposed to be my house in the clubhouse. That's why maybe people will not know. Last night and before night, we started 3 days ago, Ivy, because I wanted people to calm their mind because of the information overload and all that is going on. So I kind of giving them what I do in the morning. It's only a glimpse of what I do in the morning. By my wellness club runs for 1 hour, right? The aim there is how to be present and do whatever we are doing in the morning, exercises and all that. And this deep breathing cuts down that rapid thinking. Otherwise, we are on the
so the breathing stop the brain from
yeah
repeatedly thinking, right? It slow it down, calm it down, right?
Yeah, it's a kind of opposite. The rapid thinking makes your breathing shallow, and really breathing deep makes the thinking go down. That's a relation that we want to exploit. Otherwise, all the time runs and runs faster and faster as you go out. So
it is.
yeah, so the exercise is this: practice this deep breathing and being in the present, and really watching thoughts, and being a watcher, being a awareness, being in the present, and then carry that like a perfume through the day. So whatever you are doing, pay complete attention. And at the end of the day, after your day is all done, again do this practice and slip into the sleep. That way, over time, you will get the handle of being in the present, and really being in charge of your thinking rather than thinking being in charge. Because if you allow the thinking to be unconsciously going on, it forms actual neuronal paths in your brain, and they get stuck. Like in the gramophone record, the grooves are there, like the thought grooves form, and then the thoughts come on their own. So that they are called some are called them, and you don't want to build them. How do you do that? By being attentive to whatever you are doing. Pay attention to every action. That's what I say to my staff, to my family, to myself too. So I was telling them how I deal with my patients, one patient at a time, one task at a time, and complete attention to it. So that kind of thing can be cultivated, especially in this day and age of so much technology improved. Artificial intelligence has come, and I took the artificial intelligence in a big way. I'm doing a lot of things with it, but then that is giving me a lot of time to be with myself, to go inward, to be spiritual and all. So I love it. I love the technology. It's freeing me from a lot of mundane and routine things and all. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm going to do this for altogether 40 days. This is the fourth day, so I'll do every day at the same time, 7 Central Time, my time, Chicago, and
So how many times do you do a day then?
twice a day. Right after you try, at least it depends upon how much you can concentrate and all that. Usually, it is given at least 10 to 15 minutes. Begin it with 5 minutes. Maybe that's all you can do. That's fine. But then later on, it will increase, and then what happens is normally you are all wound up, you are all hurried, you are all really bullied, or you are really upset and all that. That is the sympathetic nervous system is really winded up, and that sympathetic overload secretes a lot of stress hormones. That is not good for us, and also we become impulsive, reactive when we are really. Yeah. That's what we don't know to do. The parasympathetic nervous system. Yeah, the parasympathetic nervous system makes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. See, the parasympathetic nervous system makes you cut down the reactiveness. It's a rest and digest system, right? So the vagus nerve, deep breathing makes that system come into play. So your sympathetic overload will go down, and that is the product of the modern lifestyle, and you can become more relaxed and rested with a parasympathetic reactor. So when you go to work, you will not be reacting that much because you have developed this inner resilience by deep breathing and by being present. Okay, and that like a cool and collected. Sometimes you may lose it. That's okay. But what I'm saying is, majority of the times you will not be reacting to everything.
Oh, I have been losing my calm for about a week now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We all do that. That's okay. But then this kind of preparation of our neurological system in the morning and carrying it and making it a habit. Don't expect this to happen just like that. It's a lot of things. Even people who are really calm for years. I was like that years, but then I lost cool one day with that guy there. But that can happen. That can happen, but majority of the time I don't. So I'm not hurting myself by reacting like that. So it becomes much more easy because you also want to choose your company, you want to also choose what you are doing and all that. Like a hospital, I go there, 50 people try to talk to me in a day. Usually that's the average, right? So between the nurses, administrators, insurers, families, patients, and all of that, my staff and all that, right? So many people we have to talk to, but we don't want to allow ourselves to be short, to be impolite, to be argumentative, and all of that. So when the staff knows you and the other people know you, only the new patients, the strangers come in there, they may want to really do something that may irritate us and all that. So what you do is you just watch yourself as you slow down, as you are really in the moment. you are not allowing the mind to react just like that. So you can watch yourself in action, and that is called self knowledge. In relationship, when you go out, you can be quiet and calm in the house, in the mountain or somewhere else, a retreat and all. But yeah, important thing is, yeah, in life, yeah, in life, are you,
people around you,
yeah,
the coolness just gone.
yeah, that's it. That's it. That's why we are, but these days those things happening too much, because we kind of keep on, yeah, mind winded too much. We are so easy to react because we allow our mind to develop like that. So this calming the mind exercise is an antidote for that. You got it?
I don't know. It's like I feel like we are all of us is very intense.
Yeah.
It's like everybody is on a high energy,
Yeah.
very volatile.
Yeah. I told you, right? I don't want to come to those rooms mainly because I don't want to indulge in argumentation. I want to explore things together, experience things together. In the process, if I know something, I can tell other people. They can know something, I can tell. So it's called samvade in Sanskrit. What it is dialogue. That means you listen when I say, yeah, that was not there in those rooms. They always argue. They come with some position. They want to prove it.
They were so aggressive,
Yeah.
shouting.
Yeah.
The constant shouting, two people shouting of their philosophy.
Yeah.
I was like, if it, let's say it's all Vedanta, Advaita, oneness, this shouting is not oneness, is it?
It's not oneness at all.
Yeah, it's contradicting what
Yeah.
it believes, right?
Yeah. Anyway, think about this. Ivy, think about this, because the other people are paying attention to this, and the wisdom also. They would like to know further about this exercise, why I'm doing this and all that. For those people who just joined, I just want to reset the room for Ivy's sake also. The problem is information overload in the modern age, and problem is we don't have any relationship with the nature as such. So we kind of have relationship with our thoughts, with our arguments with other people, or with our opinions and all that. Basically, we are allowing the thought go all over the direction. Sometimes we are not conscious of what we are thinking. It may just come up, and sometimes it is compulsive. It comes by itself. So all these things are resulting road rages to argumentation to really stressful situations in the hospital. Like I see the physician throwing whatever they have in their hand on the nurses, the patients, and all that, right? It's a highly charged atmosphere lots of times, especially when we have an emergency with a patient, right? So at that time, I was able to keep my composure mainly because I was doing this for years, this morning exercise. So in New York, when I was there, I was also working at the emergency room as an emergency room physician right after my residency in 90s. But because I've kind of conditioned myself to be calm and quiet and like this in the morning, uh, the moment I go there, there are so many serious patients who just brought in are waiting because in the morning, right? Then we had to attend to three different people who are having serious emergencies. But because I was able to be calm without really being worried what is need to be done, that's what it is. You come to not to worry, but to really make yourself available to the situation by keeping calm and quiet and in charge of the situation. Then everybody else, all the teams got the same thing, like they were kind of calmed down. Because if you one person says, let's just calm down, I don't even know what to say. I just behave like that, exhibit that behavior. Then people calm down, and we were able to do better job with that. So I kind of taught this for several years, especially 2008 when we implemented EMR in our hospital. There were so many explosive situations because physicians were resenting this. They don't want to implement, and they were creating a lot of stress for my trainers and all that. So I had to start a program for my trainers because they were very abused. The doctors were like, "Who are these nurses who tell us all this?" But they are just training you, And later on, things settled down. But at the time, they were explosive. That is when I started this program called Stress Management for Excessive Tension, and that involves mild stretches of the body, entire body, along with aligning with the breathing and the thought. That means to be in the present, in awareness, doing whatever you are doing with full attention, right? That kind of present moment awareness is carried on through the day. And in between every 1 hour, I recommended them to take what's called present moment breathing break. That means whatever you're doing, you leave it for a minute and then you focus on this breathing and bring your mind to the breath. And that way, you are giving a break to that continuity of frontal lobe activity. And once you have done that, you don't have the brain fog at the end of the day, and you don't have headaches, you don't have arguments and all of that, right? You can better communicate with people, hopefully. Not that we have to do all the time, but this practice makes it more and more easy to get into the present moment awareness very easily. Okay. That's why I am bringing this, especially now with this artificial intelligence. I have taken up artificial intelligence in a big way. So I'm not against the technology. I'm of the high technology person too. But at the same time, I see the need for this soft skill of being in the present, being really calm and quiet in our relationship is very important for us. And the brain is something that need to be protected from this onslaught of technological preoccupation. So I use the technology as a tool, but I'm not victim of that. That's my thing, and that's what I want to share with my friends. That's why I kind of started it. And as anything, this is not just a lecture. You have to experience this. You have to do it and see what's happening with you. So if you are sincere, do it twice a day. If you want to help your mind, do it as often as you can. And then ask me questions. I'm here to help you to understand why I value this kind of exercise in the morning. I mean, there's so much science behind it, so much ancient knowledge and wisdom there about it. But I don't want to overwhelm you with all of that, but I can open and tell you your questions, your doubts, your experience, and all. Okay, that's the whole thing, Ivy. We are starting at 7 o'clock, and initially we talk about this. And I give just a information lecture, and then I demonstrate this. So you came in the middle of that when we're being silent and doing that. That's okay. And then we are talking now. Now, Ivy, if you have any question, ask me.
I thought there's many people there, not just me.
Yeah. Now there's 16 people there on
the. Have no question to ask.
I don't know. They were last night. They were like, I think today we are doing in this house. Maybe that's why people are not able to come. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, what about you? What do you think about this? Yeah. What do you think about this now, Ivy?
Think about what? Think about the practice.
Yeah.
Of morning and evening.
Yeah. I mean, you are not able to actually be in the practice. The practice goes initially just being knowing the posture, knowing the correct breathing type, and then as you breathe, being tying your mind to the breath, and then watching the thoughts, and then really saying, "I am this awareness. I'm not just this body mind." That is repeated 8 times. So eventually, you will come to that.
8 times?
Yeah, 8 times.
I'm not this body and mind.
Yeah, but I am this awareness. See, when you take the deep exhalation out, you say, I'm not this body and mind. And when you take the deep breath in, you say, I am this awareness. So initially, you may just say that, but later on, discussions will happen and people understand better. Then they want to really be who they are. That is beyond the thought and body. You are that awareness. You are that conscious being. That's a bigger thing. In that awareness, in that being, we are all one. You know, that is the thing that also you realize. But those are all philosophical things, and people may have different opinions about it. But then, just this sensation of not really being the physical or mental, but then beyond the spiritual, that itself helps people. So you kind of did not catch the accelerator. Tomorrow, if you join in the beginning, we will go through the entire thing. And I usually it takes 15-20 minutes, because I do explanation and then I do it. And also people don't come every day. Some people come one day, some people come other days. That's why I'm repeating the same thing again. It's recorded also on the other channels. Today in the house I could not, but otherwise last 3 days were recorded on the clubhouse. My room club, BA club, right? There it is recorded. So if you want to catch up with them, you can go and catch up with that IV. You will get more feel of the entire exercise. Yeah, I would like people to do it and experience it, and then tell me about what was going on. Maybe they have a better way to do that. They can share that too. See, the idea is help people to calm their minds.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. I like that, to calm the mind.
Yeah.
But my mind is pretty quiet.
Yeah. But you get aggravated because people throw things at us.
Yeah.
That's
my
right.
mind is pretty quiet.
Yeah.
I'm very, I'm aware of it, that my mind is pretty calm and silent.
Yeah.
But every time I come to Clubhouse or I go out, go to work or do something,
yeah,
the interference coming in, and I find it distress me.
See, one of the things about spiritual progress, they say, Ivy, is this having the capacity not to have these interfering thoughts of our meditativeness. Okay, that's the progress. I'm not saying everybody has to be there. You can check it yourself. Second thing is, how long you will be focused on one thing at a time.
Not at all.
Yeah, that's where the spiritual progress I don't
register things. I don't sit on it. I don't brew on it.
Yeah.
I don't measure it.
Yeah. I'm giving a scale to see where you are. Don't have nobody has to judge us, because we can feel for ourselves. That's my point. We can see for ourselves. Am I having a lot of unnecessary thoughts? If not, then you are not in the realm of thought. You are in the realm of meditativeness, which is spiritual. Okay. Other thing is, can I stay with one thing at a time for a long period?
Yeah, it made me very sensitive.
Yeah.
Yeah, very sensitive to people's emotion, very sensitive to things around me.
Yeah. No, sensitive is, you can be empathetic, but sensitive means...
empathy and sensitive.
Yeah,
very,
sensitive.
Very sensitive.
You may be reacting to people that we think sometimes sensitive, but we can be empathetic without really reacting, because their stimulus is not taken over us. We can be stopping and then observing what is our reaction. It will go down.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm talking about. So
I know I can hear people's emotion.
Yeah.
Through their voice.
Yeah. For those people who are listening who don't know what we're talking about, let me tell them. See, we were in the clubhouse, and both Ivy and me, we on our own very quiet. But when you are invited to the clubhouse, whatever topic they're talking about, they want to do spiritual inquiry or exploration, but then they come with an opinion, they come with the ego, they want to present their viewpoint, and then they shout at us. That's what she's talking about. So what I am saying is, that is their problem. Let us watch our own reaction, and then thereby the reaction goes down. See, why I kind of not want to come to rooms like that, because I told them also that day, I'm not coming here because you are not exploring, you are not taking something, any topic, and exploring the truth of the matter in a friendly atmosphere where we can, both can be right in our own way. Let us give the room rather than trying to convince other people of this is my truth, you have to accept it. So that becomes more like an argument, not a dialogue. So what I was interested in a dialogue, that means exploring the truth for the sake of truth, and exploring myself, what is happening within me. That was not happening there. They were acting like authority, or they know and they want to impose that whatever they think is the truth on everybody else. That's why they don't even listen. They come with their own opinion, and then they don't want to explore. That's why spiritual exploration is not that our social audio can do it. You got to do it on your own, at your own time, and then start from there, and then come and watch first. Okay, that's the thing that a lot of people cannot do when they engage in charged atmosphere, and then everybody gets charged, and then it becomes worse and worse. That is what is happening in clubhouse lots of times. So I decided to do this room by myself, and whoever is interested, they can come and participate. But I will leave the recording on for some people to listen to this. Okay, so otherwise, self-knowledge, self-exploration, enlightenment practices, they are all unique, individual, and should be done in isolation, in aloneness. So it's actually wonderfully rewarding if you can do that. My best hours of the day are in the morning. That's called Brahma Muhurt. That means 1.5 hours before sun rises. Atmosphere very calm. The world is still sleeping. So I get up and then go inward and find out what is happening, and then really understand my own interior. When I calm myself down, when I explore myself and understand the way I'm reacting, my conditioning, whatever, and this is the scale that you want to see. Am I really exploring anything, or am I having a lot of thoughts from yesterday? Or am I really worried and anxious, or really regretting something from the past? All those things you can see. So this is all meditation, and beyond meditation, meditativeness. You can live in meditativeness as much as you want, but sometimes you may slip off. That's okay, and then you come back to that with compassion and empathy for people and for you too. So that's what I recommend. You kind of cultivate this lone practice just after you get up for 15 minutes, 5 to 15 minutes. And during the day, be attentive. Do this exercise 1 minute every hour if possible. And then in the evening, again, before you retire, do this and sleep on an empty or positive mind. That's what I recommend to in this modern times. I'm not saying you should withdraw from the activities. I'm saying you do the activities, but completely focused and attentive. But then don't allow the remnants of activities to get into your mind and settle down unconsciously. Okay. So one thing I recommend in the night time is, I told my students lots of times, do what's called examining the reactions, review of reactions of all what happens. So what it is before you sleep, lie down, take few minutes, maybe 5 to 10 minutes, just to review your day in terms of how you reacted to each situation, each person, all through the day. Come in reverse, like you are sleeping at 10 o'clock. 9:30, what did you did? What kind of encounter? Suppose you had some words or something with your child or with your spouse, whatever, and then you had dinner, and then you came home, and before that you were with a friend in a restaurant, and then you were in the office. What I'm just describing, saying not necessarily everybody's have the same routine, but the whole day that you had lived, your inner world, how you're thinking, how you are reacting, all those you can review them. Suppose you were find something very trivial, like I had this encounter with this guy in the clubhouse. I dismiss that as a trivia. I don't want to stay there and take root in me, right? Suppose something very important that I should remember and do it. I will write it down and put it aside on the device or on the notebook so that I won't forget about it. But then I want to forget it for the night. So that kind of exercise, if you do, you can wash a lot of stuff from the mind. That's the purpose. Then you are trying to sleep not on the thought, but in your being. So this is a very complex thing to understand. But then at least slow down the thoughts and then take them out. And if you can recall 1 to 10, not necessarily 10, but 1 to 10 positive things that happened to you that day. Like, so for example, you are passing by the children's playground and they were all laughing and all that. That's something you notice. And that is the one you want to remember before you sleep. Suppose you have seen beautiful snow like I did this morning, you can recall that. Something positive with the nature, with the living beings, with uh, your pets, your spouse, your friends, whatever positive happened. Or you had a random act of kindness. You were helping an old man crossing the road, or you were helping a child to have a ride with you, something like that. Something that you did without any expectation, but random act of kindness. For me, when I come to these rooms and all that, people may ask me question, and if I'm able to give them a solution or something, because I'm a physician, right? I have so many opportunities. People ask me for help, but I volunteer myself to be able to be kind and giving and really happy that we give. Okay, that is a very wonderful experience. That doesn't cost any money, but deliberate attempt of random act of kindness that is performed by you. Recall that not like I'm so great I did this, but more like the feeling that you had, the gratefulness, the other people show you, and or the friendliness or respect, whatever that is there, without getting into the head, you can recall and enjoy that positive moment. Ideally, as you go and progress in that, you won't have to do anything positive or negative and go completely clear mind. That is very, very healthy. So what happens at the time is mind takes complete rest. It doesn't have anything to settle. That's why the dreams will be less and you will be sleeping in your on your being. Okay. So this is advanced practice, but don't worry about it. Just review all what that happened, put them aside, and think something positive, and then do this exercise, deep breathing, and then go to sleep. Okay. And then in the morning when you get up again, if you first do this and then open the devices, is good for you. So another recommendation: shut off the devices half an hour before you go to sleep, and don't wake them up for half an hour after you wake up. Have that device control thing in your life. It should be very good, because more and more people are getting more and more engaged with this chat GPT and other things. They are very exciting, very nice, but then you got to have your control of your own mind. So this is an important thing, because you see the times I chose: day break and then day starting. So you want to, from transition of night to dawn, and also from the daytime to dusk, to the night. That is the time that you want to get your hold of your neurological mechanism. That way you feel much better. Okay. All right. It's almost 8:05. I usually do from 7 to 8 here. Any questions from the Wisdom app people? Anybody wants to come up? Usually they want to come up, then I will allow them. We'll have a conversation. There are 20 people there, so if anybody wants to come up, then I'll be able to talk to them.
I'm waiting for your Bhagavad
Oh.
Gita yeah, in 25 minutes.
Oh, those Bhagavad Gita also, they were also like that. They were fighting lots of times. That's why I was not going there that much. But I don't know, they put me on their own.
The title today, it's a...
Yeah, they never asked me.
Intellectualism.
I know. I think I was criticizing about being intellectual about any scripture without experiencing it, probably. That's why they put me there. But they never asked me whether I'm coming or not. So, So the same thing, the argumentation in Bhagavad Gita, every chapter, Ivy, it ends with this. It says, this is Bhagavad Gita, this is the essence of Upanishads, this is the education of the vastness or the Brahman or Tao, that we call. And then it says, it is a Yoga Shastra. That means in yoga, you take the mind away from your real self. That's what I'm trying to tell them here too. You are not just the body and mind, you are that awareness. So that awareness is really you. It takes you away, the mind taken away from the self. So you are going towards yourself. And then he says, this is a dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna, the two players that were there involved in that. So people don't understand the significance of it, and then it is done in the middle of the war, right? What does it mean is the in the middle of the war of the life, you have to understand this wisdom and bring it in. That means you are not repeating that. You got to apply it to yourself, assimilate in your life, and then experience it. That means you are in the battle. You are in the battle of anger or enmity or hatred or whatever. And then you see yourself how you are doing, and then realizing that you are the awareness, you are the permanent one, you are not this temporary body, mind, life, then you easily take it, and then you become much more free from the travails of the life. That is the wisdom of the Bhagavad Gita. They never said just learn it by heart and then repeat it. Just because you know all the slokas doesn't mean anything. Have you taken that wisdom and assimilated in your life? That is what happens by experiencing it, not by just repeating all the wisdom. And the other thing is, you are the judge of yourself. You are the ones who is witnessing what's happening within you. That's what we need to do. So I told them several times, but then now they're talking about his intellectual, but they were always stuck in that mind. They were not saying like, oh, I have anger, I can use this. No, they don't say. Somebody else has anger and they want to talk about it. So that is not the way it is understood by me. So it has to be first, it is within us. Walk the talk, they say, right? That's what we should do. And then you yourself will know whether you are tranquil, serene, peaceful, and you are peace itself, and then happy and jolly and joyful. So my recent slogan I come up with is live long, live well, live joyfully. Live long can be done because of the modern society. We have built up so many things that make us healthy and live long enough. But we are not living well. We are sick in our mind. We are kind of anxious, depressed, or whatever, are fighting with each other and all that. We don't have peace of out there and peace inside too. And then live joyfully. That's the essence. The ancient wisdom gave me this joy that doesn't go just because of the outward circumstances are changing or bad or adverse. Even in the time of the adverse times, I was able to be keeping quiet and able to recruit all my energy to solve the problem rather than allowing the situation to rob my energy. That's where the spiritual wisdom really matters to me. And then all these discussions, and that also don't bother to tell me this time and all of that. They just place me, but I'm doing my room here. I don't plan to go and do another 1 hour there. What is the point? Because if they want to really explore with me, they can reach out to me and then we can talk. They didn't even ask me, they just put me on the room. So that's their problem. Yeah, maybe they will get more people if I'm on the. I think so they do that, right? They kind of sometimes they place me there. They are not interested in this exploration. They are just want to talk whatever they want to talk. That's it. I'm not interested. I'm interested in what is happening with you. Tell us about that. What is your experience? How you are able to assimilate this wisdom in your life? Tell us that. I'm telling you. but you also have to tell that. Anyway, like I said, I'm happy when I'm exploring myself in the morning, and that continues through the day. And then when I come on these places, people like even one friend comes, Ivy, I'm happy. There are 21 friends there, and then there are 2 3 people here. Some people came and left. I don't know why they come, why they go. The social audio has become more like a casual talk rather than real exploration to things. I think a spiritual exploration is something we have to do personally, and then in a friendly atmosphere share that experience. And some people may appreciate, some people may not. That's okay, but then at least we are being truthful of what is happening within us,
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
yeah, like I told you before, anytime you want to talk to me about certain thing or you want to explore in a nice way, look me up and ask me if I'm available, and then we will come and talk about it. Okay, that's better, I think.
It is, but I'm not much of a talker. I just
Yeah, but you
go
are
in
going in
and
those rooms, and
listen.
you're going, and then you are having these experiences with them. That's why I said, if you want to talk to me, don't expect it in the room, but look me up, and I'll be there as a friend for you. No problem. Yeah,
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 sure.
yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
So you're ending the room because it's
Yeah.
12 minutes past your time.
Yeah, it's 8:12. I want to do every day 7 to 8. Next
Okay.
36 days left. So I'm doing this
Yeah.
because it will catch somebody, and then somebody may be having questions, and then I want it to be really understood all the details of it, and also experience with me. That way, I can also help. Even in the morning session, I do it on the Zoom with my students so that I can see how they are doing, what they are doing, and then I can also, when I'm talking, I can see their faces. It's like a being in person, right? At least we are seeing them, and also when we talk to
Yeah.
them, I can see their reactions and all that. So that is working out pretty well for me. So
That's good. Happy to hear that.
yeah, only the sincere people come there, and then we have a good friendship developed, and then they tell me a lot of things that are very personal, and then I will be able to help them, and they really showed me the progress, and then told me that they are progressing this way and that way. Like somebody's anger has gone down, somebody is appreciating the nature more, somebody is having less dream,
Yep.
somebody's
I
getting
noticed
along.
my anger has gone down.
Yeah. Yeah, like that, so that's a good
Yeah.
thing. And so we kind of, it's up to them though. We don't tell them you got to do this. I invite them, I create an atmosphere that they will be able to express themselves, and then during the expression they can tell us. Okay.
Yeah.
But if they have their own opinion, they want me to really understand that, I may not come to that because I am beyond that thought level, or, but more in the awareness level, more in the meditativeness level. That is needed in the modern times because external circumstances are giving us too much agitation, stimulation, letting us in the work, and everything is all doing, 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 never attending to our inward being. That's what my mission is.
Very destructive.
Yeah.
We have all these online, machine, computers, everything, the phone, especially.
Yeah. I don't mind using the tools of the technology for good purposes, doing stuff quicker and all that, but I don't want to be dominated by them. So digital toxicity should not happen. That's what I teach people, because I do have to work with a lot of EMRs, big data, all these things, right? So many active. But then I found this Chat GPT and other AI tools are very, very productive for me. I'm cutting down my work like 75%.
Yeah, it did. It did. ChatGPT cut down my work.
Yeah.
75%.
Yeah. That's a good thing. That don't let that be our obsession. That's what I'm saying.
I just put a few keywords. I
Yeah.
usually send a lot of emails, so ChatGPT write all the emails for me for my
Yeah.
clients.
Yeah. I wonder, a couple of people are here. They have any questions they want to come up and ask? In the house, they can just come up, right? We don't have to invite them.
Yeah, they can just unmute and come.
Yeah. I don't do this house thing that much. I'm supposed to do 1 hour every Saturday. So because this program is going on, I opened that here. But tomorrow it will be in my club, BA PAL, Dr. Rao's BA PAL. That is how it is. Under D, you will find that. And that's the room I will be tomorrow, Ivy, if you are interested to come at 7 o'clock. Okay. So I will do that next 36 days and then see anybody really takes up the practice here and tell me how it's working or not. So the people in the room, one last time, if you want to come up, I can prolong this room for some more time. Otherwise, I will take leave and then I'll see you again tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah, see you tomorrow.
Okay.
All right. Take care.
Bye-bye.